Okay, let's get started. Welcome everybody. It's Megan, the VoIP brand manager, and with me is Matt Carey, our senior engineer, who's going to say
Hello.
hello, I'm sure.
Hello.
Sorry about that. So the purpose of today's short bite webinar is to look at the live chat function that is in version 16 of 3CX and where it can actually save your customers time and money, and some scenarios of where it might be really useful in your sales process. So we're going to zoom through that. We'll have some questions
Yep.
at the end. And if you have anything as we go along, pop them in the chat window, and we'll try and get those all answered for you.
Awesome. Thank you, Megan. So first, we're just going to have a look at a couple of stats. One of the reasons I wanted to run this quick bite-sized webinar is I had a really good meeting a few weeks back with a customer when we were assisting to propose a 3CX solution. And interestingly enough, as of late, we've had a lot of development into the 3CX chat functionality, which we'll have a quick look at in a sec. But they were paying a three-figure amount per month just for chat on their website. So that was a really easy way to get 3CX in and save them some money. So let's have a look at some stats. So live chat has a 92% customer satisfaction rate, and that stat came from Zendesk, and 92%, that's just staggering. 79% of customers expect a response to an email within half a day. That's something that we take very seriously as well here at SoftSol. So when an email comes into our VoIP support team, we have an SLA of 2 hours because you do find, especially myself when I deal with tech vendors, when you email and don't get a response for a couple of days, it's a bit of a bad look, and by that time they've probably gone somewhere else. A lot of customers now as well preferring non-invasive communication, and what I mean by non-invasive communication is not having to step aside to make a phone call or have the phone ring at some random time, so they have to step away from their desk or into a meeting room. So having the ability to have a chat is much like having text or using Messenger or something like that. You can multitask, so you could be on an existing call at work, you could be wherever, and you could just be tapping away. It doesn't interrupt the flow of work that you're doing. And this stat here from JD Power, 42% of customers prefer live chat. Some people subconsciously don't like the phone. It's a challenge, especially with technicians, where they can be a little bit scared to pick it up. So it's a lot easier to reach out via live chat, and that's why we've seen the adoption on websites. So 3CX Live Chat, it's been through a couple of updates already, which again, as we always say with 3CX, they're always adding in new functionality with every service pack. So it's available for free with 3CX. There's a couple of ways that it can be utilized. There's a WordPress plugin that you can embed on your website, and basically it's installing it on your website, generating an API key, and then going into your 3CX management console under settings on WordPress, you pop the key in and it just basically tees everything up. So then you've got that chat on the website there, and it's also available as a link as well. So you can set a link for an extension, a call queue, a ring group, and you could potentially embed that link somewhere on your website, or it could be a part of an email signature or something like that. And basically, whether the 3CX customer is using the softphone app or the web client, when someone clicks that link, it'll come up as a chat window for them to communicate. And then from there as well, it can be elevated to a WebRTC call. So when that live chat link is clicked, it does consume one simultaneous call of the 3CX license, because it can have that escalation there.
And just one key thing to jump in there is the live chat was a new feature in version 16. So if you still have customers on the older 15.5, they won't have this functionality. So it's another good reason to get those customers moving up to the latest version 16 product as well.
Definitely. So benefits of 3CX Live Chat. So it is simple. It's just that link or installing that WordPress plugin. It gives an end user extra value from their PBX system. It allows their customers to have instant communication with them, and because they've had that instant communication, you have a happier customer. And also, a lot of the 3CX articles as well, they talk about website bounce rate. So you'll get the hardest part for any company, especially if they're selling something, is having SEO on Google and all that sort of stuff, is just getting that new prospect to your website in the first place. And you don't want to lose them from there. So the ability to have that live chat window available, if they get lost or they can't find what they're looking for, they can instantly reach out to a knowledgeable member of staff and then progress from there, rather than getting potentially lost or going somewhere else to get what they're looking for. So happier customer, happier 3CX customer as well. Now, a really cool thing as well that came to mind with this is, with the ability here to elevate a chat to a call, because it's coming through as WebRTC via a browser, that is a free call for whoever's on the website. So back in the day when we were using 0800 numbers, customer phones in, of course the call is free for them, whether they're mobile or landline, but for our end user, they're having to pay for that. So we've got the ability now to potentially replace that with calls coming in, so you get that faster return on investment, which I was talking about before. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Very short one again. Megan, is there anything you'd like to add?
So just really thinking about use scenarios for this when you're having sales conversations. As Matt mentioned, it can be used instead of an 0800 number. It also shows availability of your organization via the chat window. The fact that it does use one simultaneous call is no different to somebody sitting in a call queue waiting to speak to somebody. We are from a society today that wants instant gratification. So I know myself, if I've sent a query off to somebody, I expect an answer very quickly. And I have very high expectations. I try to achieve those myself by responding to things as quickly as possible. So using the chat, you have that almost instantaneous satisfaction of somebody answering your query. So, I guess I find it, I use chat on a lot of websites. One example the other day was I needed new tires for my car. So rather than sitting on hold ringing somebody, I could multitask work and chat to somebody online to check what the best price for my tires was. So chat is going to become a feature and functionality of a PBX system that is an essential component these days. You can eliminate things like the 0800 number, the ability to be able to elevate that to a call so that you have the continuity with the customer is huge. So 3CX is really looking at what they have started out with, which is a unified communication system, and they're looking beyond just that phone call. So live chat and talk is something we expect to see continuing to enhance dramatically as time goes by. They've also recently acquired a well-known chat company. So yeah, definitely scenarios that can open a sales conversation with your customers. How do they currently have chat on their website? So that's a cost that can go away. Now, Matt, you met with someone last week, and what was the cost to the organisation on a monthly basis for their chat client on the website?
It
Do you remember?
was 200-ish a month.
Yeah, per month, whereas it's all included in your 3CX license. So, there are some real cost savings there straight out of the bat, plus the functionality just gets enhanced in every update that we see, and we know it is a hot topic for 3CX. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. And just to add in there as well, a lot of these existing chat companies, they license per agent that's accessible on the chat. So say you have 10 staff members or 20, 30, however many that need to be licensed for it. That's where that large cost comes in, because it's not based on availability, it's based on the total amount that can actually use it. And of course, again, with 3CX, because it is licensed on a simultaneous call, then it's very handy.
Absolutely. So, does anybody have any questions? Is there anything we can give more information around? There is a lot on the 3CX blog and on their website around live chat and talk because it is such a hot topic. And obviously, our support team of Matt and Gerard are available to assist as well. But yeah, if you've got any questions, pop them in the chat.
That's a very good question. Not sure at this stage. I might come back to you around that one, around seeing who it's come from, because with your contacts within 3CX, you can actually say whether to prepend the trunk name on it. I'm not sure if that's in the chat just yet, but I will confirm that and come back to you.
Yep, really good question, and whether it links in with the CRM as well, Matt. So I believe it does, but let's just double confirm that and we'll get back to you on that one.
Cool. Nope, that's it.
All the questions? All right, well, thank you everybody for joining us. We will have another couple of webinars, hopefully before the end of the year. We're getting to that time of the year where it is madness. So update 4 is out in alpha. We expect beta before, beta and go live before Christmas. So we will probably run a webinar in the kind of first week of December around update 4 as we see more of that functionality from alpha to beta. But keep an eye on our emails. We will have a VoIP channel update email next week. And then obviously there will be that wind down to Christmas, that C word as my children call it. Yeah, thanks for joining us, and we will keep these webinars moving as we move into the silly season.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.